Howdy, my name is Jared Olin Jones. I am the brain behind the Plutonian Productions. You can see my face. I'm obviously not a deep fake or a robot. I don't really want to put my face out on the internet anymore, but it's already out there everywhere, probably through the trouble that I've been in and in databases and all that. Anyways, the reason why I'm called to speak tonight is there's something that happened at the University of Dayton where one of the professors was found in a human trafficking scandal. Um, and it's pretty disturbing because it's supposed to be a Catholic university, but it's the Henry Foundation, I believe, and it's a nonprofit organization, which is, or a foundation, which isn't very helpful to any kind of free thought because they're receiving money from organizations with their own private interests. And let me look up the article so I can read it to you. It happens today, and it's highly disturbing because I was just doing research on the actual there it is, the Hanley Center. I was actually, and it's the director. I was 2 days before this, I was looking into the Hanley Center because it's a nonprofit and it's connected to the sustainability agenda. And it's literally brainwashing the children in there. And it was something that I'm concerned about, obviously, because I care about the future, and children and young people are the most important. But here we go. Former UD finance professor and Henley Center director arrested in Ohio human trafficking crackdown. This is a developing story from October 2nd, 2023. Updates will be made as we learn new information, and this source is from the Flyer News. UOD professor and lecturer, Hanley Center director, Michael Masterson. Listen to that name, Masterson, has been arrested in a statewide human trafficking crackdown. Masterson, 55, was one of 160 arrested in Operation Buyer's Remorse, a week-long effort to apprehend Ohioans attempting to buy, sex, and identify survivors of human trafficking, according to a statement from the Ohio's Attorney General office. Between the 25th and 30th of September, the Ohio Organized Crime Investigation Commission conducted coordinated stings that led to the arrest of 149, quote, Johns, or persons seeking to buy sex from human traffickers. Masterson was arrested in the Montgomery County Human Trafficking Task Force with a John Sting operation. Prior to this week, Masterson was a full-time faculty member at UD. He taught finance, capstone course, FIN 460, portfolio management and security analysis. He was also appointed director of the Hanley Center for ESG in investing fall of 2022. So something that stands out to me here, where it says finance capstone course, is a Masonic term here, and Masterson's obviously a key name, obviously, I mean, obviously, it's crazy. Students in Masters in Finance class received an email on the morning of October 2nd from Department of Economics and Finance Chair John Fulkerson. I'm contacting you because Professor Masterson will not be continuing as the institute for your there it is. It's your Financial 460 course. I am very sorry for the disruption in the semester. The email made no mention of Masterson's arrest. UD denied to comment on Masterson specifically, but stated that the School of Business Administration is a sting to his absence. Pardon my mouth problems over here. The university does not comment on individual personal matters or ongoing investigations. The official said university considers this a law enforcement issue and defends their handling of it, or defers to their handling of it. The School of Business Administration is making adjustments so students' instructional needs are not interrupted and continue to be met. Masterson's faculty page is no longer accessible on UD's online directory. A story in the School of Business Administration online blog about his appointments as director of Hanley Center for ESG Investing has also been taken down. It is yet to be confirmed whether Masterson has been fired, but UD told local news station from WHIO TV that he was a former faculty member. So this is what you get at a pretty well-known, prestigious university. I'm pretty sure University of Dayton is pretty prestigious. I'm not sure how they rate the colleges and the tiers. Obviously, it's not Ivy League, but this is what you get. You get these weird pedophile psychopaths in here grooming your children, teaching them how to think and molding their minds. It's to me it's mind blowing, and I'm even more mind blown that I was literally just looking up this Hanley Institute that gave somewhere around like $12.2 million to UD to make this foundation, the Hanley Center director. That's insane. Hanley Center director. What? The director was arrested. I mean, if this doesn't get your attention or raise the hair on your backs, I don't know what will. But obviously, this whole system is corrupted, and I don't even trust the authorities handling this situation. This must have been some kind of warning that they put out there and some kind of front, but it's too late, I think. I mean, I'm glad they're doing something, but you know, the reason why I put the thumbnail meme in there is people that think they can vote their way out of this, or people that believe in voting. It's the equivalent to Santa Claus for adults, because not one single candidate is speaking about the child trafficking issues that we have in this nation, this world, anything like that. It's repugnant. Who in their right mind is going to vote again after the so-called election was stolen? And everybody that I know more or less like voted for Trump, and they know that the election was stolen, but they're going to go in there again and repeat the same mistakes. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's disgusting to me. And I tried making a podcast earlier this last week because I couldn't sleep, and I was talking about going on about how this is a prison system, this is a prison colony, this is a prison plantation tax farm, and the people, very little of them know it because they're comfortably numb with all of their shiny screens that they're stuck to, and I'm guilty of it. This technology is so addicting. It's disturbing. It's mind blowing, and it's sad that we went through a lockdown, a totalitarian medical tyranny lockdown, a biosecurity lockdown, medical martial law, if you will, implemented by these expert scientists in white coats, where the science is settled and the science is spoken like it's some kind of deity, through all the dogma that they're pushing through these universities with these pedophiles, these traffickers, these deviant psychopaths. And I think the most important thing for people to teach their children is how to recognize psychopaths and then not to shelter them from this, to not hide them from the truth, because they're going to be hit by it. And I really, really bleed for the children over at University of Dayton. I don't know what the hell's going to happen, but it is mind blowing. I'm sorry I don't have more articulate things to say, or a better way to present the information to you besides just knocking off the article. But it's about time that we take the tar and feathers and ropes out and remember that there's more of us than them. I'm just I don't know what else to do or what else to say at this point, because again, I'm a former felon with nothing to lose. Your former felon, former friendly felon. There it is. Pardon my dog barking. He's a puppy and he's upset. Probably needs to go pee or poop or something. I let him out earlier. This is besides the point. And I don't know what else to do about it. I know I have freedom of speech supposedly, but not freedom of reach on this private platform, and I don't have an audience, and I'm not an influencer by any regard. But I think that it's time to at least speak my mind and try my hand at getting the truth out there, and being honest with you guys, and just how disturbing it is to be in a prison with people that don't know they're in a prison or on a plantation, or um, that there's individuals that have been chemically lobotomized or completely mind bombed and manipulated to where when you try to point things out to them, they either refuse to see it or just can't see it, because most people should be able to see if you show them, but the people don't want to see. They don't want to know the truth. They don't want to know that we're being killed and trafficked and manipulated and experimented on, for the simple fact that they can't handle that their version of reality being shattered. Their perspective is not Plutonian. They don't see where the wealth comes from. It comes from their own flesh and blood. It comes from the earth, and supposedly we're made of dust, and the earth and the cosmos and all that magical, great spiritual, whatever it is. Um, we don't they don't individuals don't want to know the truth, because it'll shatter their perception of reality, and they have thought constructs and beliefs built around this idea that they're safe and that someone's looking out for them above, that there's a better class of people that are fit to rule because they have a lot of money and good connections, and they have this prestigious family lineage that's like a pedigree, purebred, psychopathic dog. You got to think about these things in terms of breeds of dogs, because it only takes 3 generations to breed a new breed of dog. And these people have been interbreeding and perfecting their bloodlines and their psychopathy and their intelligence and their cunning for more generations than we'll ever know. And the reason why they're killing us is because if we knew what they were doing to us, they would be dead. They would be killed. We would have a whole mess on our hands, but it's better for us to deal with it than them, because they've created the system. I'm not going to go against the climate con, because obviously our climate, our environment is toxic from those individuals. They created this system. This is what they've provided for us so they could profit off of us, so they could profit from the materials of the earth. It's disturbing. And the nobility are the ones that are pushing the that we, the people on the bottom, need to change our lifestyles. Well, they're still flying around in jets to their private mansions where they are torturing sex slaves and God knows what else. Probably cloning them, probably torturing them. Who knows? Maybe it's beyond our wildest imagination. We already know that they can clone sheep. If they can clone a sheep, they can clone a man. Simple as that. They can bioprint organs now. They can bioprint meat. They're creating consciousness in a freaking vacuum, and they're calling it artificial intelligence. It's not consciousness. It's not intelligence. Pardon my language, but it's artificial. It's not spontaneous. It goes off of the programs, and the reason why they can hack us, like this man said, like the reason why they can hack us is because they have these data farms everywhere, these data mining objects, this screen, all these screens, all these devices, all the microphones in the cities and the cameras in the cities and the stores, everything is teaching the machine how to see, hear, and recognize and walk and talk just like us. And it's imitation, but it's a masterful imitation. And I posted a tweet on my Twitter where I said that if evil was artwork, this system would be a masterpiece because there is an art to it. That's why they call it economia. The word economy has to do with an art, but they've changed it around to the art of making money. And life isn't about making money. That's not what life's about. Life's about life. Life's about raising a family and feeding yourself and teaching the wisdom that you've gained to others, taking the wisdom from the elders and passing it along to the younger generations. Life's about protecting the most vulnerable, which are the young and the old, and we're not protecting them. We're not looking out for them. I'm a middle-aged man, 35 years old, doing my best to work hard and make my way through this fucked up game where it's rigged to no end, where my money, this not even money, this shit they're telling us that the money isn't even worth what it costs to make, and they're still pumping it out, these brand new coins. And look, every time they change they make new coins, new symbols, that it's every single time that they change the money system. Every single time they recoin a coin, it means that your financial system's changing. That's why when they printed out more money than they had out ever in the entire 200 years of this financial system, they've made new coins so much and changed the dollar bills. The look of the bills, every time the look of the bills change, it's because your money is being devalued. And it's sickening. They say the money's not worth the paper that it's printed on, the cloth that it's printed on, and it's true. And they just still keep printing it out, and they're printing us into oblivion. And it's shocking, and it makes me not want to participate in their system because it's hopeless. It's hopeless. It's like chasing a shrinking carrot. Like I said, it's like a shrinking carrot. And I may be a little too aggressive and hyped up right now and emotional, but it's because I care. It's because I do care about I want children someday, and I want to grow old and be a grandpa. I want to, have my uh, elders taken good care of, and I want my kinfolk, my brethren, all the children of the families that I know. I want them to be protected. I want them to be safe. I want them to have a future, and I don't want it to be ugly because it's very ugly right now, and it's not getting prettier. Look around, like take your damn rose-colored glasses off and take a look around. Look at the sky investigate what's in your food and your water and your cosmetics and your hygiene and your pharmaceuticals, which is witchcraft. Pharmakia is witchcraft and poisoning and the art of creating poisons and magic. They're like the modern day alchemists. They're chemists now, and they can take these chemicals from the plants and put it in the air and make these plants do whatever they want because plants are an amazing creation. It's people don't understand what grifters are and grafting is, but you look at you take a hard fruit tree like an apple and you can graft on a pear, you can graft on a plum, you can graft on a peach, any hard fruits you could grow off of that one tree. So I believe when they're talking about the tree of life, it's their family bloodlines, and you can get grafted on that if you're rewarded. And this is a belief system, and beliefs are dangerous and powerful because they form our perception, they form our thoughts, and that's why they have these psychopaths at University of Dayton indoctrinating the children into the sustainability United Nations, smart growth, smart sustainability, smart everything, community this, community buzzwords, and you have to keep a lookout for them. That's why it's Masterson. That's why it's a foundation. That's why it's a capstone. It's obvious to me, and once you look into it enough and think about it enough and research it enough, you can start to see it. It's like the movie They Live, where he puts on the glasses. That's a movie that you need to check out. Even though entertainment is dangerous, that one is is definitely a good intro. And if you look at it in the right way, it's short, it's a good movie, but it's not indoctrination, it's not inculcation, it's the truth in plain sight, just like all of the music that they have, just like all of the movies that they have. These sci-fi movies are coming to reality. Brave New World is here. We're just in the phase between the two. And these master builders like Masterson, they are right now demolishing the old system while the other system's getting put up off the ground. So it's like, for me, a construction worker, this makes perfect sense. These guys are societal builders, okay? So they're demolishing the old city while they're erecting the other one, but they got to have both systems in place simultaneously so people won't catch on. And it's the great shift of the fourth industrial revolution, where they're merging infotech and biotech because everybody's so eager to give away their data and their information, and all of their privacy in their home is gone. It's we're all spied on, and we all accept it, and it's unacceptable. And I will tell you from experience, being in a private prison where there was high surveillance, there was more crime, there was more violence. It was worse than any state-run prison I ever been in. It was a private prison, and that's what they're doing, is they're privatizing all these forces and all this security and all this surveillance. It's all private. And if it's public, it's still the public surveillance is still accessed by private entities and organization. All this metadata is siphoned into the NSA, and the NSA runs algorithms on how to control our behavior. Behaviorism in psychology is a very sophisticated art, and it's what controls everything. It controls everything because it's the bondage of the mind. It's the mental prison. It's the mental ring. It's the block that people cannot get through because they don't want to know that they're in a surveillance prison system where they're plantation tax slaves, where these master builders are farming us, and they're taking all of our livelihood, our blood, sweat, and tears from us. And I care so much because I have to use my body to survive and make labor, and it's hard work. It's hard work. I do everything. I do masonry, I do arboring, I've done electrical, I've done plumbing, I've done carpentry, framing, finish work, painting, welding. I don't do professional welding, but I know what it is and I know it's hard. I've done it. Nothing is easy when you're down there at the bottom and you're not some little button clicker in front of a screen just punching data for them, because They can't process all the data with their system right now. They can't, they need us still for, minute jobs and stuff like that. But at the top, they don't need us. That's why people like this are saying useless eaters, a useless mass, useless class is on the horizon. And it's already here, because if you're just punching numbers and processing data, you don't think a machine can do that? And I'm not gonna joke with myself. They can replace me too. Now, are you gonna get a beautiful structure with intricate creativity and individualism in it with these bots creating everything? Maybe someday, but the stuff that they're making now is not pretty, and everyone thinks it's environmental and green and all that. No, it's not sustainable for us. Down here at the bottom, they're flattening us out, right? They're flattening us out. They're making another layer to build on top of, and we're right in between the process. And again, I repeat, the fourth industrial revolution, the infotech and biotech are merging with industry, the fourth industrial revolution. It's very simple. Go read Klaus Schwab's Great Reset. I don't even need to read it. I'm paraphrasing. And it pisses me off that they take this quote from the Committee of 300, the Council of 300, or whatever it is, and they're saying Klaus Schwab put that in the Great Reset. And it's infuriating that all these so-called truth movements and truthers are just shill psyops that are just parroting misinformation disorder, disinformation disorder, and malinformation disorder. It's sickening to see how many people that are taking this brand of truth and they're marketing it, and they're getting rich off of giving you a drop of truth and then spinning you off into shitland where you're going off the cliff thinking you can vote for big old orange great white daddy Trump. Good God, or RFK? Are you fucking kidding me? The dude has look, his throat is slit. Like, what the hell? He's got a freaking slit throat. Like, and that's my main issue, is that none of these candidates are talking about the real issue, which is this human trafficking and all the homelessness, and all of these corporations own us like we're slaves. We're not like slaves, we're slave dogs. We're just like a dog that's getting beaten. Or in the Bible, like when it says the dog, like it's in Proverbs, like a fool goes back to his folly, a dog will return to its vomit. It's like weird, because there's truth in the Bible, but it's like hard to trust the damn Bible. You got to be a very good scholar to interpret it, and use the wisdom and truth in there for your benefit, and see like the deceit and lies that were foisted on the people back then. I haven't read the whole Bible, but I was in prison and I read the Quran, some of the Quran. I read some of the Bhagavad Gita, the Gita, whatever it's called. I've read a lot. I read a lot, and I was searching and I was seeking, and I was in this new age spiritual brain fog for forever. And why do you think I was going in and out of prison? Because I was doing dumb shit like selling drugs and outrunning the police, and uh probation violation. But the point is that I was just a dumb new ager with long hair selling pot and mushrooms and acid. And then the funniest damn thing is, now in Colorado, mushrooms and pot are super legal. And why are they allowed to get away with it? It was incredibly insane to get out and see these drug shows on like National Geographic, where they're talking about all the drugs and the drug scene and the rave and the coke and the meth and the heroin, and they're falling around these drug dealers and they're staying anonymous. And then you have the popcorn Sutton dude making hooch illegally in the woods, and they're like popularizing this criminality. And I'm like, well, why did I go to prison? I get out and I see this stuff on TV. Come on, please, like, follow me around with the camera. Like, give me a break. It's very disturbing. And please forgive my lack of composure for anyone that's even going to watch this. I appreciate your ears. I appreciate the audience. It's You can see me. I just had to put this out here. I wanted to make it fancy with a nice thumbnail and images and memes and quotes and statistics to go with the video. But I am going to go back to this webpage, the University of Dayton, because I see there's tweets over here from I want to see there what the comments are on the Twitter. Nope, there's none. There's none. There is no comments on the Flyer News. Okay, so we're gonna close that page and we're going to click on to see there's here we go. Oh, mm, I want to see what the here's one from the Huayo. Two comments over here. It's okay. What are you guys talking about here? I want to. In total, 160 people ranging from 17 to 84 years old were arrested as part of the operation. I cannot see the replies on here. I cannot. I want to see the replies. I want to see what the people's comments are. Because I want to know what they're thinking. I really do. It's because I want to see if people are thinking, but they're not. I know they're not. I don't know why I can't see the comments on here. It's upsetting. I'm sorry for this unprofessionalism, whatever. I'm just trying to find the comments here. One comment from another one over here, John Bedell. Yeah, I can't see. Here we go. And he's just commenting. I had a chance to ask Masterson some questions when I caught up with him outside of the courthouse this afternoon. What he had to tell me at 5. What the? So this man is out. He's not even behind bars. Masterson's arrest and his separation from UD and what he told me when I caught up with him outside the courthouse this afternoon. I'm going to click on this. I want to see what it says. Here's another article from Ohio. Ohio TV 7. Statewide on human trafficking has led to the arrest of over 100 people, including former employee of a local university, members of the United States Air Force. Oh, that's very very interesting. Operation Buyer's Remorse. I mean, come on. It was a week-long crackdown that sought to arrest those trying to identify survivors of human trafficking, according to WHO. And it's crazy because this video here has a cop with a thin blue line flag on his chest. Coroner identifies, yeah, no, this is probably just their clips. The week-long operation led to the arrest of nearly 150 Johns seeking to buy sex who were charged engaging in prostitution, according to Yost's office. 2 others were arrested for seeking sex with minors, while 6 were arrested for promoting prostitution. Others were arrested for illegally possessing narcotics and/or firearms. 160 people, 17 to 84 years old, were arrested, including Michael Masterson of Dayton, Sean Riken of Dayton, Ramesh Karki of Richmond, Indiana, and Anil Waggle of Richmond, Indiana. Yost told News Center 7 John Bedell Monday morning that Masterson was an administrator at the University of Dayton. The director of excellence at the University of Dayton was one of the Johns charged, and candidly, I am shocked by the number of educated, disciplined, successful people that turned up in these things like him. They know better. Of course they know better. News 7 Center reached out to the university and was told Masterson was a former faculty member. The university does not want to comment. I've already went over this. Badell asked both the university and Masterson himself Monday when his last day at UD was. He didn't get an answer from either, but did obtain an email sent to the students. Okay, we've heard that. Booked in jail last Wednesday and posted bails just hour later. Two sources told News Center 7 that he was teaching at UD recently as the day of his arrest. News Center 7, Badell approached Masterson Monday outside of Dayton Municipal Court and asked him about his arrest charges and if he resigned from UD, and he responded to each question, no comment. Riken was identified by Yost's office as a staff sergeant of the U.S. Air Force. Oh my God, and there's a professor from Indiana University, Karki. Pardon me, I'm just trying to, I guess that's a lot of money. Uh, Local mother excited to hear about tax exemption. Oh, that's a different article. Pardon me. The Montgomery County Human Trafficking Task Force also arrested John Goins of Washington, D.C. Goins was identified as a major from the U.S. Air Force. Wright Patterson Air Force Base spokesperson told News 7 Center that Riken was stationed at Wright Pat Air Force Base. Goggins was not stationed there, but the spokesperson couldn't confirm where he was stationed. 100 law enforcement agencies from across the state work together, stem the demand that fuels human trafficking. Sure you aren't. Yeah, right, dude. This is just bullshit. The success of this operation is measured not only by the number of arrests, but also by the resources offered to survivors of human trafficking and the intelligence gathered that will propel long-term investigation forward. So this is my point. We're in a surveillance state. They know everything. They can crack down on this shit. They can. They could stop it tomorrow. These law enforcement and these enforcers have the legal right to use force, and they let this man go free. I'm outraged. I'm fucking outraged. Well, I guess that's all I have to say. Thanks for listening. This is the Plutonian Perspective. I'm Jared Olin Jones. The only thing I know is I don't know anything and I haven't seen anything yet.